All right, we got another. Oh, we got a fresh series here.
Time versus Zoun.
Okay. Not time. Not time.
Time.
Typing.
Alright, so we're starting the series. So it is 0-0.
Fresh series, yeah. Zoun is on Alpha X. Is that confirmed?
I think so. Yeah, it says 8x there.
Alrighty then.
Let's check Wikipedia just to make sure. Yeah, on Alpha
Whew,
X.
sick. And time, of course, recently. And time, of course, recently becoming the latest rendition in the All-Star Terran team, as I like to call it.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to once more, to the coolest and most gothiest and awesomest of all the maps in the map pool. It is, in fact, Nightshade. LE. Now, LE. We've said it before, but just in case you did not know, LE stands for Latrine elitism. Latrine elitism. That's when you you only go to high quality bathrooms. You don't go to not high quality bathrooms. You're very high society like that. That's very condescending. In the southeast corner of the map. I don't know where that joke word. And look, they can't all be winners.
Right.
In the southeast corner of the map. All the way from South Korea, representing Team Alpha X, our blue Protoss, he's Zoun. And in the northwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of China, our red Terran, representing Kaisi Gaming, it's time!
What is it time for?
Time for Zoun!
Time's up for Zoun.
Time's up for time. We have how much time? Zounds of time.
I don't. What does that even mean?
In Heroes of Might and Magic, at least in 3, I don't remember what it was in the others. You have words that describe how, if you see like an enemy army or a stack of units, you don't know what the number, the specific number of the units is, the accurate number, but you see like descriptions. It's a pack, it's a few, it's several, it's the stuff, and then you have Zouns.
It's a bunch.
Zouns is like if you have a few hundreds.
Oh.
In the stacks.
Oh no.
Then it says Zouns. So you have like Zouns of zombies. Zouns
that ain't good.
Of Pegasus. So yeah, so that in my mind, Zouns is just a legitimate word that describes a lot of,
it might be.
Stuff.
It might be. That might be where Zoun got the word from.
Let's check.
Alright, well, while he's doing that, I will remind everybody in chat that Zoun is going for that Stargate First build, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. It's not the most standard way to play a PvT, but it is definitely an effective way. It can absolutely throw the Terran player off, especially if, like Time, they're going for a tank first. Playing very defensively.
It's archaic English. It was used by Shakespeare, and it expresses like anger or something.
Ah, like zoinks!
It's an abbreviation of God's wounds.
Ah.
So it's a reference to the crucifixion. So it's kind of like a CranKy thing.
Right, it's like zoinks.
Zounds! These Marines are coming across the map.
Zoink, Scoob! They're coming in with the tank and the medevac.
Yeah, time is about to to hammer
end
down on Zoun.
Zoun's time. Yeah.
Now Zoun going with that Stargate at first. It's gonna have some air units like.
Yeah, he's got quite a number of Phoenixes up
some
here.
Phoenixes, but it can lift up a tank, but there's got some Marines on the ground.
Yeah, when you have this many Marines, it's pretty easy to target fire, as we do see Time doing. Yeah, pulling all of the boys, and it is actually helping out quite a bit. Yeah, Time not quite able to get his Marines to fire on the Phoenixes. And he's actually losing a lot of them, gonna be losing everything here. And Zoun only losing 3 probes and a Phoenix.
That was a fantastic call.
And a couple of adepts. Indeed it was. Now Zoun, he's got the initiative. He's going across the map trying to do some kind of counter damage. There is already a bunker as well as a tank here though for Time.
I'm gonna try to shade into the main, or I'm going to shade into the
get some friendly fire. Get some friendly fire.
Get this close to the tank. No, he's running.
Yeah, I think Zoun might be a little undecisive on what he wants to really target on.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe he didn't see the tank there or something. But the Phoenixes should be able to get some kills here.
Good breaking of that lock-on with the Guardian? No, Graviton Surge. Graviton Lift. And it does take out a couple of SCVs, but now the Liberator from Time. This is quite a bit of a bother. As if you just look at the income.
Probes, you only loses 1 probe, and the Phoenixes should be able to.
That's accurate, but just look at the income difference right now.
He did recall the Phoenixes, so he has no recall available.
Yeah, that could actually come back to bite him if Zoun isn't careful. Exactly, now look at the income.
Mining with all of his workers.
Yeah.
I mean, Time does have
favorite for Time.
But that's a temporary advantage the mules are.
Well, you know what? During the temporary advantage, you transition to a permanent advantage.
Maybe no. Maybe yes.
Alright, what is going on across the map? We do see that Zoun is going to be switching into his Robo Bay composition, and in this case, it's going to be Colossus. Not a bad decision, considering that Time is going mostly Marine heavy. Not that many tanks as well. He did get the safety tanks, but aside from that, Time is mostly going for a classic biomine composition.
Yeah, got a lot of barracks here though, so it's going to be really heavy on the bio production.
Only one tech lab
from our captain Light VIP in-game chat that the winner of this match is going to go up against Hurricane. That won against M. Canning.
Oh, that they will. Well, we'll see how either of them can really fare versus Protoss here, or at least we'll see how Time fares versus Protoss right now, because it might be relevant later.
Yeah, Zoun did get a few more gateways here. He's up to gonna be up to 9. No, 8. Yeah, 8 in total. So we're gonna start pushing forward. Oh,
yeah, that's really the time to
catches the tail of Marines there, getting a few Marines for free. I'm going for the Doom drop.
And once again, Zoun did not have that recall. Okay, he does have a recall now.
Oh, all the Widow Mines are being lifted.
So it should be safe. The Widow Mines are being lifted and dealt with there. And now Zoun is just going to recall this back. But a very hot pickup coming in from Time. The Phoenixes, though, are going to make this retreat that much more difficult. I think we might actually see Zoun do it this time.
Yeah, look at the army supply difference now. And look at the units lost tab now. Yaku, please. You have to look at it. You have to show this to the people.
Absolutely insane how much more Time lost. Or how much less Zoun lost here.
Yeah.
Alright, once again, just going to be setting this up to make sure that he doesn't lose too much here. The GG.
Yeah, there you go. This is way too much Protoss for this part of the game. The initial push by Time just did not do anything to delay the Protoss.
No, it did not. It was
3 probes and a couple of adepts and a Phoenix is nothing.
It was kind of interesting,
When
the
you lose
opening.
your tank and medevac and everything.
It was kind of interesting, the opening that he went for. He went with it was stimless, yeah? It was a stimless marine tank push with a medevac, and yeah, that usually doesn't work out when Terra players normally go for that. They go it at the Clem style or the Maru style, right? They go in with one more tank at least, and they pull a couple of boys, either to build bunkers or to just soak up damage. And
also,
in this
worth
case,
mentioning, usually the Protoss doesn't have Phoenixes available to lift up a tank and make it completely useless in the fight.
it is accurate, but sometimes you can... Yeah, Time was not aware of it in this case, but usually you do see that if the Terran player scouts that, they will still go for the build anyway, but they just get a... they get a Cyclone as well. Yes.
Come on, jump behind me, Yaku.
Yep, join game. I'm gonna let Mage looked out for us. And now we're getting in.
Yep.
Mage shows to that. By the way, Mage, the Mandarin Casta, gonna be casting it over on... Is it Twitch or is it Afrika? I'm pretty sure it's Twitch.
Not sure.
Well, Light will probably link it in chat to whatever that, whichever it is.
Ooh, look at this, the carrier.
Yeah, the
banner.
Golem carrier.
The weird carrier. The carrier that looks like an Oracle carrier. All right, everyone. Welcome to Eternal Empire. The Empire, which is, as the name suggests, eternal. LA. LA, just in case you did not know, stands for
What does EELE stand for?
Lens Epidemic. Lens Epidemic. That's when you go to a photographer's convention and everyone just wants to buy lenses because that's what photographers are into, apparently. I don't know how to segue from that in the southwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of South Korea, currently up in this best of 3 series. Representing the team of Alpha X, our blue Protoss is Zoun. And in the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of China, representing KZ Gaming, our Red Terran. Maybe he's in, maybe he's out, but he is. Time.
KZG.
I thought that sentence would connect better with the
Maybe
word
he's
time.
in, maybe he's out. It's
word,
like, what are you talking about?
in or out of time. I should have. I forgot the word of. Yeah, it's like I said, I had 3 hours of sleep last night, and you know, I'm
That's usually what happens. Yeah.
Lukewarm, but it may not do the trick for the entire, I don't know, 5 hours cast. I don't know how much.
Send steal your energy. That usually doesn't take that long.
We usually go to
It's
4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's around 4-ish, I would usually say. Alright. Yes?
Never mind. Never mind. Do you want me
You
to
spill
explain how
tea on
stupid I am?
yourself?
Do you want me to explain how stupid I am?
Right.
We were looking at Time's base, and I saw it taking a gas, but for a second I thought it was Zoun's base, and he was gas stealing. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Why is he doing this? And I was like, oh, wait, no, this is Time. This is Time, guys. It's fine.
Well,
I caught myself. I got myself before I exposed the stupidity.
But then you confessed
then-
anyway.
Yeah, look. I
Oh,
have to be
confession
honest
is
with
good
my
for the
viewers.
soul.
Yeah. Look, I'm not ashamed of being stupid. I'm just, you know, I just want to show that I'm making an effort not to be.
That's all we can ever ask for. Speaking of making an effort, Zoun with that quick blink. We all know what this is gonna be, don't we, Seal?
Yeah. It's gonna be stalkers that go.
Yeah. Blink printer go. Shoom.
I don't remember how the what the blink sounds.
It goes like shoom,
Sounds like.
or like shoom. Or
Yeah, I
like,
imagine
shoom.
it would be so, but I don't remember it in my head.
It kind of sounds like the what's it called from Star Trek.
Well,
Yeah, kinda like that.
Star Trek, basically every Star Trek show or movie has a completely different effect for the teleport, for the not warp, yeah, beam.
Warp beam. Alright, quick little reactions coming in from Zoun, but will it be enough? This aggression is looking very powerful for time, but the probes are well protected here.
This is not going to do a lot of damage. It's not as devastating to time as
He didn't lose a single
last
probe.
game. Yeah, only
But
lost a
this
couple
was-
of adepts.
Yeah, but this was, I think you were mentioning it earlier, this was not the most costly investment for time. It was, I don't know, it's, I guess, kind of a scout, but also kind of not. It's interesting that time did not go for mind drops. Because that's usually the opening that you get as a Terran player if you want to scout out your Protoss opponent.
Catches the probe. It's fun when you have a Raven.
Yep, the observer. Sound is starting to move across the map there, and because that observer was sniped, this means that this blink aggression is not going to be as potent. We do see that gateway explosion, but it is going to take a while for this warp prism to come across the map.
I mean, charge is on its way to finish. Zoun is just going to poke in.
He's going to have to be
Catching
very,
is,
very careful of this Raven right now.
Some hit and run tactics here. Going to catch as many units as he can to weaken the Terran. Maybe even catch a tank. That would be a huge pick off for Zoun. You gotta be careful with this observer. There's a Raven around.
Yep, that indeed he does. And now time is hunting for it. He knows that there's an observer. He knows that he cannot allow Zoun just blink into his base. For another build. Pulling in a couple of boys here. Zoun is pulling in the sentries before consolidating his warp prism. And now he's really looking to pick up the pace and really punish time if he can catch him out of position. But time is not allowing that to happen right now.
Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat.
I ain't.
I don't want. I don't want you to see these things.
All right. Okay. I ain't looking at the chat anyway. But
Zoun brings forward. Guess the tank. There's a this Archon is not real. Ooh, there's a nice
anti-armor missile, and it does.
It doesn't quite catch the stalkers, which is the unit you kind of want to catch with this. The zealots, they're just meat puppets anyway.
Yeah, and they are actually causing quite a lot of friendly fire here. Time already losing a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, and the third has to be evacuated. Widow mines are planted, so Zoun will have difficulty pushing in here. The warp prism goes to strike at the main while this is going on. It still hasn't used the force fields with the sentries. It still has a lot of them. That still hasn't even come into play. So Zoun can just basically sit here and siege the third base while harassing into the main. 4 SCVs going down already. In the main. But Time's upgrades are just kicked in. So maybe he's gonna be finding a way to push Zoun back? Looks like
Well,
Zoun is,
it looks like Zoun is just gonna
he's
give him it.
satisfied.
Yeah. He's satisfied with the delays. He got the damage that he wanted to get done. He's now going to be transitioning into the next phase of the game, which involves storms.
Storm.
Not getting 4th base just yet, but we should
Also
see
needs to
that
get some
fairly
upgrades
soon.
up in here. So the forge has been
So he's going to
set
be
down.
forge. Only a single forge though this time, which I think will actually work out pretty well, especially considering that he's prioritizing armor instead of weapons. This is a fairly short-range army that Zoun is creating at the moment.
Yeah, he's
So
getting
he absolutely
2 more
needs to get close.
Getting 2 more gateways, so he's gonna have 10. Gonna be able to work in a lot of reinforcements. Another drop into the main almost gets the warp prism, but
Denies this
still
armory.
does a bit of that. Yeah, gonna delay the armory a bit.
Barely.
Almost gets the kill there. 6 health points.
Yeah, time is going to be on 1-1 for quite a while.
He's not sitting on ACV. Okay, there he is. But yeah, Zoun with fantastic harassment so far in this game. 18 SCVs in total. And look at the units lost tab. Zoun has basically lost mostly Zealots. That is the best trade you can hope for in the game.
It has minerals are starting to stack up, but if you look at the gas count, that's really what Zoun is trying to keep down. He is fine with losing a lot of zealots and a lot of minerals, so long as he doesn't lose too many gas-intensive units. Those are the money makers: his Archons, his High Templar, his Immortals.
Ghost Academy coming up for time, but
I don't think that's gonna matter real quick. Both armies are gonna be moving across the map. They might just be in the middle. Zoun is starting to move in. He's got Templar in his Warp Prism. He's looking to get some Storm drops, but he might not even need to here. As Time is doing a really good job of kiting this army back, but I think Zoun's units are just a little too beefy here.
yeah.
Alright, here comes Watch Your Prism. You're gonna be watching the Prism.
Yeah,
there come the storms, but good splits coming out from Time. But it is not gonna be enough here. The bio of Time just gonna be evaporating there. And there we have it. GG.
Oh god.
And very surprisingly, somewhat surprisingly, Time is going to be taken out 2-0.
Yeah, Time, a world-class player. Usually gets to BlizzCon every year.
He went to BlizzCon for the first time last year.
That's as far as I can remember. So as far as I'm concerned, it's every year. I don't remember. Hashtag cold out. Right, so we do have Hurricane waiting on Zoun, so we're gonna have some nice Korean PvP. Protoss versus Protoss.